Welcome back. For example 2, we're going to be using Desmos again, so make sure that you still have access to that. And I'm going to go ahead and draw myself a little graph over here because in my notes I always like to have a picture of what I graphed in order to get it right. So in this one we're solving an inequality. Okay, that means that it's not just equal to, but maybe it's less than, or maybe it's greater than, maybe it's both. So a little, actually, we're going to do this after we graph. So let's go graph first. So x squared plus 6x plus 5. Here's how we graph it. Go to Desmos. Clear out what's there from the last example. Okay, in our first example, we're going to use in the first line, not example, the whole thing's the example. X squared plus 6x plus 5. And my parabola looks like this. Perfect. It has 2 x-intercepts. We're happy. Now, in our second one, we're going to say y, and then whatever inequality symbol we had. So in this case, we have greater than or equal to 0. So we're going to do greater than or equal to 0. And my graph now looks like this. I'm going to see if I can change it. I think orange is a little lighter. You can see a little better. Giving us some fall vibes here. Okay. No, we don't care about that one. We want that one. So -5 and -1 are our special points. Let's look here. So, oh, I'm on eraser. So -1 and -5 were our special points. And then we had all shading. So if I use a highlighter, all my shading was up here, right? All right. So that means that this piece works and this piece of the graph works. And of course in math, we don't say this piece, that piece. Instead, so I think about this at x is at -5 and it's going left. Left is smaller, so we put less than or equal to. Or, because it's a second piece, special things happening at -1, it's going right, so thinking right is getting bigger, so that's greater than or equal to -1. So this is my answer. Okay, I'm going to use my blank space in the workbook over here and check something out. What happens if I said same problem but less than or equal to? How does it change? So in Desmos, what happens when I change this to less than or equal to 0? Okay, well, only one thing changes. It's now highlighted below instead of above. Okay, so this part is the same. -1 and -5 are our two sweet spots. But that was a bad highlight. Let's get a little more accurate here. It's our notes. Okay, so right there. All right. This time we have one connected piece between 2 points. So that to say between, I put x between the two numbers, smallest to largest. So smallest number is -5, largest number is -1. And then I use the less than or equal to symbols in between. So all of your answers will either look like this or this. This is a statement to say it's all the numbers in between. This is a statement to say it's all the numbers on both sides, so everything but what's in between. But both, depending on the way that your question is set up, could possibly be answers that you will be doing. So try your next problem and then move on to example 4.